Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today I have a standard cast for you, base game against opponent Gus833, who I will now be calling Gus from now on. Hope that's alright. This game we played a little bit ago. I don't remember the particulars, but I'm fairly certain I remember the ending from my naming scheme. If you enjoy these casts and don't want to just see games from my point of view, I know several other people, in particular, Generic Pie, have a series where they cast other people's games. If you have games that you think are particularly good, that you want to send to me with no guarantee that I will cast them in any sort of nearby time frame, feel free to shoot them to me on Discord, and we can see about get some games where I don't know the ending. This game, however, is I play Free People against Gus. And away we go. One eye allocated, one eye rolled, one muster, three Palantirs. Who am I? Tease about exactly. I say I'd almost swap you dice. Yeah, I have really good. So I've started with King Brandsman and Smeagol helps Nice Master, and I don't have any Palantirs to play with Gandalf, which is a little sad. He has Lidless Iron, Return to Valinor, so a deadly strife you're willing to spend is nice early. Yeah. I play King Brandsman first. Okay, fine. I'm not sure there was a need to do that before I pass, but I think that's a decent use of a muster. It draws into Círdan's ships, so that's a good card. He draws into Nazgul Strike. That's a pretty good card for early. Fellowship moves, is hit, an eye, and I just take the one corruption. I know a lot of people would consider killing Gandalf there. That's, I think, a perfectly valid play, although it feels bad. I wonder if I'm thinking to hide. No, I can't hide a Strider. I'm just not taking it. Interesting. Oh, I know why. Because he's not going to get a minion this round, so I kind of don't care if Gandalf dies this round. He draws into Isildur's Bane. These are some pretty good corruption cards if he can get them stacked onto me. He musters Isengard. I pass. Okay. He moves down to Gorgoroth from Barad-dûr. Moving a little fast because I just assume that, if I remember this right, the late game's going to take a little bit. With my hybrid, I move the elves down. Fairly slow start for the free people, but slow start for the shadow as well. And here's an Isildur's Bane. And a perfect 3. Yay, not taking Gandalf, justified. Oh, wait, never mind, it's Isildur's Bane. I just have to soak the 3 corruption. Oh, no. This is so much worse. Okay. He draws into On They Went and Day Without Dawn. Wow, his draws are pretty on point. I get House of Stewards and Book of Mazarbul. Yeah. Fellowship okay, if a little corrupty. Wow. One eye allocated, no more rolled. 3 character dice, 1 muster, so at least he gets Saruman. I roll a will, so I might be able to force him into a Gandalf turn 2 if he's not careful. He moves from Gorgoroth to Morannon and moves north. I move the Fellowship. I get hit for a 3. Well, this time Gandalf's gone. So in 2 moves, we've had 3 tiles. Yep, that's exciting. Blackgate army continues to march north. Yep. The elves move towards war. On they went, goes straight into the pool. Yeah. Really, you're not going to play Nazgul Strike here. I guess you're also going to play Nazgul Strike. I assume that my opponent is going to be playing a reasonable game and not letting me get a Gandalf round 2. I move and get a 0 reveal. So I'm 4 tiles in 3 moves. Yes. I choose to take Moria head on, and the Moria tile's a 1, which isn't terrible. Saruman gets mustered in, and I hide with Strider. He draws into cruel weather. Oh, no. Oh, poor Fellowship. Poor Fellowship. I get Dead Men and Power of Tom Bombadil. That's probably not going to get help. He gets a red tile and musterings. I assume musterings or lidless eye. Probably lidless eye. Yep. Okay. So, yeah. 4 tiles in 3 moves. Or, well, if you count the Moria tiles. Anyway, I'm going to stop counting now. It's not even that late. Jeez. Okay. I'm going to try and keep moving quickly, but maybe talk a little slower. He allocates 1 eye. 2 eyes, because I'm in Moria. Rolls no more, and I get my wills, at least, so that's good. And with 2 wills, I can move to get out of Moria safely before anything happens. Sauron goes to war, and I get Gandalf before I forget. Makes sense. He puts a red tile in that. That's sad. I pass. He brings the Isengard unit around, and the Black Gate army continues to march north. Black Gate army continues to march north. I put the elves to war. He doesn't have a muster for the Witch King, so mustering the elves got me an elite in Woodland Realm, and then he Nazgul strikes. Oh, right. Yeah, so mustering the elves, I'm going to get to put another elite into Woodland Realm. That's nice. That at least, that gives a pretty good chance of doing something meaningful defense-wise there, especially with King Brandsman already in play. That's actually pretty good. I like that. Unfortunately, a Nazgul strike while I'm in Moria is sad. Is what we call sad. So he draws a 3. At least it's not a reveal, and I random into Gimli. So yeah. Collect our cards. He draws Worn with Sorrow and Toil. Thankfully, I'm burning through companions pretty quickly and Pits of Mordor. I get Eagles Are Coming and Red Arrow. The Scouts isn't going to end up mattering right now. I would guess I throw House of Stewards and Eagles. There goes... I kill the Dead Men because I don't intend to separate Aragorn or Strider. And the Sudden Strike is a little weak. And then I throw House of Stewards. Interesting. I keep the Eagles Are Coming. That feels strange. Fellowship is in Dimril Dale and is just fine. All fine here. How are you? So it's 6 corruption. So what? Effective corruption of -3 at Dimril Dale. That's not a good starting point with 2 red tiles in. But at least no Witch King. We'll count our silver linings where we get them, right? 1 eye allocated, 1 more rolled. He's been pretty consistent about that. Great roll for the Fellowship. That's pretty good. I get my muster into Woodland Realm, which is immediately put under siege, so that's good. And I start moving. I'm hit again for an eye. So much for Lorien, yeah. Yeah, his military is pretty darn slow. But my goodness, is the Fellowship just getting dogpiled. Oh, man. Okay. The Shadow Armies move towards Lorien. I use the character die to hide. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm going to probably want a muster into Lorien. Excuse me. And I don't really need to move more than that. He moves Nazgul onto Parth Celebrant. Okay, yeah. Hello, Nazgul friend. Corruption game, interesting. I do get my muster into Lorien, which is put under siege. I think about a field. Field battles are so much fun. But I am a good boy in this situation. And go under siege. Witch King is, of course, brought in Woodland Realm. Cool. And and I choose to not move again, yeah, there's no particular rush, and I'm going to be overdrawn on cards in a minute. There's already 2 red tiles in, so a blue tile, especially Smeagol helps Nice Master, is going to be, look at this used hunt pool. I am 5 moves from Revendell, and this is the used hunt pool. 7 tiles hit for damage, or a reveal in the case of the 0, in 5 moves. Oofta. Well, okay. Worn with Sorrow and Toil is played. Sure. Why not? Collector dice. I draw Challenge of the King and Eomer. If I follow my logic from last time, I'm apparently going to throw Challenge of the King. He gets Lure of the Ring and Rage of the Dunlending, so Lure is staying. I do kill Challenge of the King, and he throws Rage. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what else you'd throw here. Yeah, those are all pretty good cards. So, that's fine. Okay. One I allocated, one more rolled. Decent roll, not enough movement for me. I would like some more movement. I muster the north. Okay. I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense a little. So once you hit Dale, I can muster in Karok. I don't know what else my musters are going to be used for this round, like putting Gondor to war. Yeah. Woodland Realm gets hit. Strategy card versus strategy card. I'm not going to take the time. I think this game is going to be a long one, so advantageous position. Sorry, I'll finish my previous sentence. I'm not going to take the time to predict the play. Apologies if that's moving a little fast for you guys. I'll try and watch myself. Advantageous position versus desperate battle, so that's good. The Mazar Bul wasn't going to be advantageous anywhere else. 1 hit in, 2 hits incoming because advantageous does not work on the reroll, and 3 hits back out, so that's good. 4, I say 4, because desperate battle works for both of us. 4 on the way out. 4, sir. 3, sir. Wait. He stop draws. Did I take the incorrect number of casualties? No. Okay. Yeah, I take an elite, which is nice that works out. And he just loses 4 regulars. So that was a nice, good hit. Woodland Realm doing something. I Palantir Tom Bombadil in. Okay. I kind of like that. The North is now 1 from war. I'm threatening to make him attack Dale. I kind of like that. Shadows on the Misty Mountains. It's always a little sad to get that after your Moria army has moved out, but it's still a good card. Fellowship moves and is safe. Oh my goodness. Oh, jeez. Pits of Mordor. Okay. That's a lot of guys in the north. Good to restock after the hit that the Dol Guldur, or excuse me, the Blackgate army took in Woodland Realm. Pass, and he moves out. He's interestingly leaving 2 guys in Moria. That feels they just can't stack on the Lorien. The Lorien's going to be at max anyway. I don't know. I'd bring the 2 regulars just in case things go wackadoodle crazy sideways. And then Mount Gundabad comes towards Karok. I pass again. And he moves out from Dol Guldur towards reinforcing the Dew Line and then stacks on Lorien. Makes sense. I do go ahead and move the North to war because he's to force his character dice to be used to attack Dale, at which point I can reinforce in Karok before it's put under. So I like that. Dale, no card. He gets 2 hits, which is super unfortunate, and I get nothing back, which really sucks. and then he stops. I go ahead and put a north regular in both places. Yeah, I think I like that. He hits Dale again. I choose to use a heroic death. I think that makes sense. And he hits 3 times and just toasts me. Oh no. The game where you get Woodland Realm buffed and Dale to War, or in the Men of the North War, and you just kind of get steamrolled. I'll get one more muster maybe into Karok, but looks like he has me under, which is sad. Round 6, though, and the Fellowship is, 6 moves? So halfway to Mordor, also halfway to Corrupted. So that's not good. He draws cards that I definitely saw go by. Black Captain Commands is an excellent card, and a Swarm of Bats, because that's basically all this card says. I describe a game against Strider. I don't remember that game. Yeah, okay. Or talking about luck of the dice. The Fellowship declares out from under. What cards did I draw? I drew Horn of Gondor. I can thankfully play that, and that might be very, very useful. And Wisdom of Elrond, the Confusion, could be pretty good. 1 I allocated, 2 more rolled. He has been really low on attacks. And I get my musters. So I'll get my elite into Karok. He sits, that annoying Nazgul friend. Oh, right, he had no army dice. So I could have moved safely, knowing that Eagle's Eyrie could not attack Karok. That was a goof on my part. I go ahead and move the Fellowship. I am hit. Kind of didn't matter that there, and I random into Boromir while I have Horn of Gondor. Oh well, I lose Horn of Gondor to the Worn with Sorrow and Toil, in which Boromir is killed. Sure. Southerns and Easterlings move down. I pass. The Witch King hops on over to Lorien. I think that's interesting. You didn't bring enough to have a full 5 rerolls. What are these 2 rerolls getting you in Woodland Realm? I guess they're just dissuading a sortie? That feels a little wacky to me. I get another elite in Karok. I'm gonna muster this whole North Pool. Just you watch. I'm actually almost good ways into that pool already. Black Captain Commands. So you get Palantir used to. Oh, okay. That's why you didn't bring more Nazgul, is because you're gonna stack with Black Captain Commands. That makes sense. Strategy card versus strategy card. Swarm of Bats into my Confusion, so that's pretty useful. 1 hit incoming. No ones anyway, so. And 1 hit outgoing, so fair is fair. I do choose to pull a Elven Regular from the reinforcements for the efficient casualty taking. The inefficient casualty taking, reducing the Elven pool to 1 elite and 1 regular. So Rivendell and the Grey Havens are getting a little more scary. He press draws into Oleg High. Okay. Strategy card versus no card. He Deadly Strifes me for 4, and I get 4 back on him. Brass, no card, 2 hits incoming, no hits outgoing, and I'm dead. I think that went fairly well for him, especially that last press had the chance of doing nothing with no card, and just losing 1 or 2 guys if I'd had Celeborns, but I don't, and I think it was a very reasonable play. My Círdan's ships, I'm noticing, will be very weak. Is getting weaker now that the Elven pool is getting pretty tapped out. Interesting. Okay. I go ahead and muster a leader in Karok and a regular in Bree. Okay, I mostly just want the leader there so that I can move the army with C dice, with character dice, I believe, and then Bree is the logical place for regulars to be. Maybe they at some point need to reinforce Rivendell, or not, or the Shire, or Bree. I decide on Bree. Okay, cool. He Oleg Highs into Woodland Realm. Yeah, when you have this many Palantirs and you have Oleg High, that seems reasonable. And I move. Okay. Interesting. And he draws into a new Powers Rising. Jeez. It's a little dangerous, I think, to leave Karok with just this. On the other hand, if I don't do anything with the Karok army, it will become useless very soon. So if I retake Dale with my first action, I force him to attack out of Woodland Realm onto Dale with a 3/2/2 against a 2, maybe a 3/1/1 or something. That could be pretty good. And maybe that has the possibility of being good. He draws Foul Thing and Threats and Promises. Another tile drawing. He has 2 tile drawing cards waiting in the wings. I say time to draw help unlooked for. I get Axe and Bow and Purifier Foes. Both pretty good cards for me here, I would say. I declare into Druidin. 1 eye allocated, 1 eye rolled, and so many Palantirs. Boy, am I glad he doesn't have Palantir of Orthanc. He must be super hot. Okay, the OBS always messes up, so you get to see stats once, and they're completely messed up never mind, they're fine. Here's your one shot at doing this statistic. So he has been plus 10 on Palantirs. And before my roll just now, I'm plus 6 on hybrids. I'm actually high on 6s, which is interesting. Okay. This can't be right. These combat dice must be flipped. I know Ira runs into that. Because there's no way the free people have rolled 75 dice this round. This game. So I assume he's up on 6s by 2, which is not crazy. All right. The stats page is now broken. That's a roll. Okay. And then I get a similarly silly roll. Oh, jeez. Yeah, Gus, your average 80% Palantir turn. Okay, so he only has 1 move, and I have no moves other than this will. I'm going to keep moving the Fellowship, so I'll do it before he can get on me. And he hits again! And then I say Rando, and he draws into Legolas. I don't even get to use Axe and Bow. And he warned Masaro's and Toil's Axe and Bow. Sure. I don't get to declare in DeLorean. I don't get to declare in Asgiliath. Oh, jeez. And now he Lure the Rings Pippin. So he dead, but onto the map in Minas Tirith. So glad it wasn't Stroider. Okay. Yeah, okay, what's my wing condition? Staying in Minas Tirith until spring. Yeah, that was about my plan. He's at 3 points right now. Kind of threatening 5 with Woodland Realm. On the bright side, all the high tiles are out of the hunt pool. Yes, that's true. As I have effective 3 corruption, 2 steps from Mordor. This is the used hunt pool. You can ignore the reds, but so I'm 8 steps? Yeah, because 9, 10 to get to Mordor. So in 8 steps, I have suffered 10 tile draws. Oofta. All right. All healing. Military's all the healing cards for the free people are still out. Military's going slow. I Aomer into Helm's Deep, which is good. He draws into a red tile, because why not? And then plays it. He draws into Orc Patrol. I draw into Elven Rope. He plays New Powers Rising. Cool. I flip with Strider, and he foul things for an eye. Oh my goodness. What were the chances of that? 2 and 7? At least I get some luck. Yeah. Gondor thinks about war. Interesting. I chose to not muster elite in Karak. I guess I just need another front before the North Pool runs out, which is not that far away. And a bunch of Nazgul move around. Cool. All right, so that entire round was me moving once and then getting dogpiled. There are 3 red tiles and 1 blue tile in. Yeah. And he draws into Shelob. Oh, jeez. Oh, no. What did I draw? I haven't yet. Elven Cloaks and Path of the Woses. Yeah, those aren't... I mean, maybe the Elven Rope and Cloaks. Yeah. Okay. 1 I allocated. 2 more rolled. And I roll out nearly identical to last round. So the North will continue to not win in the North. I play Elven Cloaks. Okay. He takes Karak and starts moving down towards Rohan. I play Elven Rope. So it's three blue tiles versus 3 red tiles. And, everything else. Consolidate an Eastimnet and move to Withered Heath to reinforce Woodland Realm. Makes sense. Rohan is moved towards war. Westimnet is taken while Woodland Realm is reinforced. I pass. He puts HD under. I guess I'm just giving up on Helm's Deep. Was that not worth the will of the West to reinforce Helm's Deep from Fords of Eisen? I guess my thought process is if I do that, then he just uses his 2 sea dice to stack on HD from Orthanc. If I leave Fords of Eisen, he at least has to go through them. And I can start mustering up in Edoras and Fold to make a giant pain point. Fords is attacked. I missed a thing somehow. I'm sure that will matter. I red arrow. Oh, yeah, that's what it is. I should have Palantired Red Arrow. And then I would have been able to muster in Helm's Deep. Yep. Instead, I had allocated it for scouts in my head, and it gets Swarms of Bats. 1 incoming. Yep, forgot this card. Moved Rohan down. Should have considered instead of a blue tile. And it should have done instead of a blue tile. That would have been correct. I tease about going and sitting on Gandalf, but instead I choose to step over sideways. The Fellowship moves. And holy cow, they are safe. And then they're Orc patrolled for a one reveal. Oh, no. Oh, geez. Fellowship is now at effective 4 corruption. 1 step from Mordor. Oh, man. Okay. The shadow draws into Orcs multiplying again. I draw an Ents, which is actually pretty decent timing. Excuse me. And a Daylight. What's his other card? Palantir of Orthanc. A little late. He's actually drawn through, because he's so hot on Palantirs, he's 2/3 through the deck. Ish. That's a pretty generous way of saying 2/3 when 12 is half of 24. Not even close to 2/3. I've been drawing pretty hot too on cards, rather. Not that I've been drawing good cards, rather that I've been drawing a lot of cards. It is round 9. So, one eye allocated. No more rolled. Enough movement to get to Mordor for sure. Okay. First action is to spend a seed to take Dale. I think that's still pretty good. No card versus no card. I roll too many, but it does what I need. Unfortunately, he hits on the swing back. It's unfortunate, but I do have Dale now. He chooses to not attack, instead to stack on Helm's Deep and to move from Narrows of the Forest, which is a sentence most people get to say in this game, to Old Forest Road. I then hybrid a leader into Dale. So I guess my thought process is this is just for retreating to Erebor. Dale's going to fall, but at least Erebor will have a pretty decent stack. And then I can spend the regular to reinforce Edoras. Okay. That kind of makes sense. North Dunland goes to South Dunland, and a little cheeky orc comes out from Minas Morgul to sit on the Fellowship. I spend a C moving back to Fords of Eisen from Druath Ire. That seems entirely unnecessary. The Palantir of Orthanc is played. I pass. He plays Shelob, drawing into Morgul Wound. So all 4 red tiles are in. I pass. He Morgul Wounds, drawing into Flocks of Crebain. I don't know if I was just giving up there. That feels kind of givey-uppy, which is definitely words in English. Bunch Nazgul move around, and I play Path of the Woses. Okay, so this must be what I was thinking to do. And I just give him Helm's Deep. What? Excuse me. What? Was that even worth it? 1 elite and 1 regular. I just give him the points? And 1 leader? Surely Edoras is the better place to do that in. I can't. What? Okay. Yes, bold play. That's sure. Yeah, maybe Edoras better. Sure. At least Gus agrees with my past self. He then take Fords from Helm's Deep, which is another sentence you get to say a lot. He's playing a card to cycle. He's cycling away the Flocks of Crebain and just completely dunks on Theodred. And then I separate Stroider. Mary becomes the lead of the 8 Corruption Fellowship. I mean, obviously dunking here is at this point is a complete pipe dream. All 4 red tiles are in. Granted, 3 blue tiles are in, but all 4 red tiles are in. 3 of the eyes have been drawn, so they're going to be put back in the pile. I haven't used any of the free people healing cards. Athelas, There Is Another Way, Bilbo Song. But I guess I'm hoping for a military victory. Gondor's not even at war. Neither is the Southrons and Easterlings, which is my only saving grace. Oh look, Southrons and that was not intended, folks. So the Southrons and Easterlings are now at war. So I'm hoping to draw a Will and Crown. He draws Breaking of the Fellowship, sure. Thank goodness there's no one left to break. And Half-Orcs and Goblin Men. What do you throw here? Almost certainly Threats and Promises, right? I get There Is Another Way and Riders of Theoden. Riders is actually decent here. And there goes Threats and Promises. So, yep. Okay. Fellowship, okay, yeah. One I allocated, no more rolled, and there's my will. So I take it immediately before it gets day without dawned, and crown Aragorn. Okay. Helm's Deep comes out to West Emnet, South Dunland to the Gap of Rohan. Sorry about that. Yeah. Okay. I Palantir Riders of Theoden in place. That makes sense. He attacks Fold. Yep, kills it. And then he chooses to bring the whole army over there. Interesting, leaving himself open to me backdooring Helm's Deep a little bit with the Edoras army. I choose to recruit a leader. What am I doing? An elite. I recruit an elite in Edoras. Okay. And say, now I wish I had Path. Yeah. Now he's attacking Edoras. This is actually kind of dangerous, actually, I would say. You have all the rerolls, but I have 9 HP to your 9 HP. This could go sideways, and I haven't spent any of the Ents. You haven't seen any of the Ents go by. So he character cards versus my strategy card. And I get to use Círdan's ships for a pretty decent 3. So he's attacking feeling pretty safe by using a Dread and Despair. That makes sense. My pre-roll gets 1, so we'll take it. Would have hoped for another, but 2 hits incoming, 1 hit outgoing, so we trade. Decent. He presses, because now I'm only rolling on 5s. I use a character card, which is Nameless Wood. So if I hit, I get 2 additional hits. He gets only 1. Oh, no. And I get 4. Nice. And all of a sudden, this is Danger Town for the Witch King. I ask you if he's sure he doesn't want to press. Yep. Witch King from Edoras. I could Shield Wall. That'd probably be pretty good. I do, in fact, Shield Wall versus his Foul Stench. Can I get the Witch King? I do. I need 3 hits for 5s on 5 dice, and I get it. 2 hits back is annoying. Shield Wall does its thing. Excellent. And I recapture Fold. Oh, man. Well, that at least feels good. Éowyn got to stab the Witch King, so that was nice. Unfortunately, there's still an army of 5 regulars over there, and then the Southrons are on the move. Yep. The Southrons move from Farhad to near Harad to West Harandor. He still hasn't run Corsairs, which is fairly unlucky for him. But now the Dunlendings have arrived in West Emnet, and I could muster 1 more time in Edoras. But that basically taps out the Rohan pool. Do I do it? I do. Regulars in Fold and regulars in Edoras, which I think is the correct move. He musters some Nazgul. I note that he has yet to play Ringwraiths are abroad. He gets some elites in Orthanc. Cool. And then plays Orcs Multiplying again. Yeah. Those are pretty good. And then he still has Palantir of Orthanc in place, so he draws Grond. So where do we stand? He has 4 points. Edoras will probably be his at some point. 5. Woodland Realm 6, 7. Dale is 8. He needs 2 more. Gondor is not at war. The Southrons have yet to Corsair. I have there is another way and Last Battle. Last Battle would be pretty fun right here. Of course, it wouldn't help because as soon as you declare into Minas Morgul to get on the Mount Doom track, you lose Last Battle. So that's not even going to do anything. It is 6 dice versus 8, so that's nice. He draws Candles of Corpses and Denethor's Folly. That's interesting. I get Grey Company. That could help. And Help Unlooked For. Help Unlooked For could help a lot in Woodland Realm Denethor's Folly gets thrown. Okay. 0 eyes allocated. 2 rolled. So we're equal on dice. And this is a help unlooked if I've... Yeah, help unlooked for. About time. Woodland Realm. Okay. I don't have, unfortunately, any other cards. I could daylight. I probably should have daylight. No, I shouldn't have daylighted because he's going to be rolling a whole lot less. I hit 4 times. Oh, no. He gets 2 back. That's suck. But obviously, I got to press while I have this advantage. I roll a little early, but 2 more hits. 1 back. Press. I got to keep pressing. He's staying. I do finally miss, and he hits 1, and I stop. So, definitely worth it. Woodland Realm looks oh so much safer now, but it was painful. He Candles of Corpses. So 3 for 4s. He could just win here. 2. He gets 2. Oh, jeez. He has thrown away Breaking. He's used Lure. He's used Foul Thing. He's used Orc Patrol. He's used Morgul Wound. Don't know if he has another card for Corrupting. And this gives me an opportunity to muster the second to last elite for the North in Dale. The Orcs in Old Forest Road join up in Woodland Realm, and Umbar goes to West Horondor. Cool. And Minas Tirith moves out to Asgiliath, and North Downs to Bree. I feel fairly confident that North Downs to Bree is... I mean, if I'm going to be going for a military victory, having a stack there that can join up with Rivendell to threaten Moria is actually a very reasonable play, I would say. Nirn goes to Gorgoroth, always a good time, and Northrune to Eastrune. Okay. I Grey Company a Rohan regular into a Rohan elite and draw into Spirit of Mordor and Through a Day and a Night. All right, now we're talking. Yep, muster 1 regular in all the places, just stack on this stops being a problem now. Gondor goes to war. The Ringwraiths are finally abroad, and they stack on West Horondor to move to South Athelion and Minas Morgul. Yep. Oh, yes, leaving 1 behind. And the Palantir of Orthanc is still in play. I guess I've just decided he just gets to have all the cards. He draws into Monsters Roused, which actually could matter as a play effect if I start moving for Moria to get a free Rivendell. I attack Frodo from Asgiliath. Yeah. Sure. I get my hit, and he gets none back, so that's good. I have a 4-3-5 with Aragorn and Pippin, but not Gandalf, in North Athelion. That's a scary army, and no mouth. He attacks Aragorn from South Athelion. That's a scary move. Surely you suspect I have exactly... And he burns his Cruel Weather, which obviously a ring dunk is tight here. And by tight, I mean completely ludicrous. Yep, figured that was coming. I run away. I could run to Asgiliath, but I'm obviously trying to threaten a Free People's military victory, so I go to No Man's Land, Daggerlad. No Man's Land is up here. Daggerlad is here. Okay. Wormtongue is drawn. Stormcrow is drawn. Don't know what he's going to throw. I get We Prove the Swifter and Celeborns. Celeborns is a daylight, so that's nice. The Fellowship, yeah, marries all right with the... And he throws the Great Host / Stormcrow. Yeah, that's probably the best throw there. 0 eyes allocated. Unfortunately, he rolls only 1 muster. I roll a lot of character dice. Could get some stuff here. Would love more hybrids. If I had more hybrids, I would be making a play for Moria. Attack Moranon. That seems scary. It goes under, and then half-orcs and goblin men's, which is not a verb, but they make an Isengard elite in Moranon, and because Palantir is still in play, he draws into Corsairs. I attack Moranon, think no card, which is ludicrous. I'm assuming none of my cards are just good offensively. Surely a Daylight is worth your time here. Anyway, 1 hit incoming, 2 hits outgoing. Ow. Yeah, I can't afford to take hits like that, so I stop. Shadows Gather. Interesting. So the North Athelian army can pop over to Gorgoroth. Palantir of Orthanc still in play, so he draws into Hill Trolls. Yeah, so Moranon's two strongholds in Mordor ain't happening. I pass. He Hill Trolls in Moranon and in Gorgoroth. I'm not sure that's the best play because you can kind of, I don't know. I'm not gonna analyze that play any further than that. Palantir of Orthanc is still in play, and he draws Shadow Lengthen. So there are 6 cards left in the Shadow, both Shadow decks put together, and the 6 cards in hand. I pass again. Attack Aragorn from Gorgoroth. Yeah, I don't have another Scout, so it's card versus card. I Daring Defiance his Dread and Despair. That's at least decent. 2 hits incoming, 3 hits outgoing. Okay, he presses, and the siege on the Black Gate is lifted. And that army with Aragorn just looks pitiful. It doesn't feel like nearly enough to do anything. So I threw a day and a night to Eastern Brownlands. He musters an elite. I sit on Dol Guldur, but this is not a big enough army to take it. But he moves the Nazguls in just to be sure. I muster a leader in Bree and an elven regular in Rivendell. So I'm saying, okay, my points are Dol Guldur and Moria, is what I'm saying. I have a force pool of 1 Rohan regular left, 1 elven elite, 1 northern elite and regular. I've even gotten all the northern leaders mustered. Oh, wow. Shadow moves on singular elite to Fords of Eisen. I think that's a sign of, boy, you wish you'd left 1 Nazgul in Moranon to move that army, personally. And Dale moves down to help reinforce. So I need to get Dale to Dol Guldur, and the Isengard elite joins up in Westamnet. I need to get Dale to Dol Guldur, Rivendell and Bree to Moria, and I need to win both battles and hold for a whole round with 6 dice. That seems ludicrous. All right, great. Let's go. He draws into Dreadful Spells and Many Kings. Excellent cards for him. I would assume you throw Foul Stench, maybe the Monster's Roused. I offer that he should roll all Palantirs again. Yeah, I draw Daring Defiance and Scouts, my last Scouts, so that's great. And he throws Many Kings. Okay, the Great Host wasn't going to help you here, and you don't really need more Southron armies. Okay, that makes sense. The Fellowship continues to be okay. Oh, man, okay. Turn 13, and I'm still going fast. It's already 50 minutes of video in. 0 eyes allocated, 2 rolled, but he has so many musters. Oh, no. Oh, no. I roll 5 character dice and 1 will. What do you even do with that? Edoras moves to fold. Sure. I say sec. Okay, yeah, I meant to leave a regular behind. Yeah. Okay. Uh, the black gate moves north, and the east rune moves south. Okay, don't quite get that one. Fold goes to east and net. Yeah, I guess with all these C's. Okay, you're just covering your flanks. I'm not going to win a dunk victory, so you just have to not lose a military victory. Okay. Daggerled goes to Eastern Emmenwheel, by the way, is what happened there. East Emnet goes to Western Brownlands, and the second Black Gate army of the game moves to Eastern Brownlands. Fold is taken. Yeah, like I said, I have one Rohan regular left and one Rohan leader. The Rohan has been conquered by attrition. Dol Guldur is reinforced from Rohan back to a 916 with 2 companions, which is good. And he Devilry of Orthancs from underneath the army for 2 hits. That's annoying. I say, couldn't you have played that one turn earlier? Palantir of Orthanc is still in play, so he gets to draw King as Revealed, which might actually be paid for its effect. I move the one regular sitting in Western Brownlands into Dol Guldur and Dale or Old Forest Road down to Narrows of the Forest. I need to take and hold Dol Guldur next round and take Moria. He musters in 2 more Nazgul. Sure, why not? That's the last 2, right? Yeah. Still no mouth for him, so that's good. I ask if he promises to roll all eyes, and I move Bree down to north to South Downs. As opposed to reinforcing, I guess I would overstack if I was to put in Narrows of bring in the Dale army to Dol Guldur. This just feels ludicrous. And of course he puts an elite in Moria, because why not? Is he short on elites? No, not even close. Oh, I'm pretty doomed here, I'd say. Mirror of Galadriel and Thranduil's. Thranduil's actually useful. I have 1 more elite, but I'm overdrawn. I need the heroic deaths. I might throw... I don't know what I throw here. He draws into Balrog and Fighting Uruk-hai. Surely you throw Fighting Uruk-hai here, because the Balrog is actually going to be useful. He throws the King is Revealed. And the monster's roused. Really? Both of those seem like they're about to be very important. Well, excuse me, mostly the monster's roused could legitimately take a free Rivendell. I guess you're not worried about the points. You don't need the points. You just need to not lose. That makes sense then. What do I throw? I throw a Daring Defiance. I guess my thought process is he's down to 7 cards, so my ability to cancel his cards is becoming less and less useful. 0 eyes allocated, 1 eye rolled, but plenty of musters. This is the kind of roll I was hoping for last round. Rivendell moves down, and Bree moves to threaten Moria. Barlam and Butterbur is coming for you. And he Day Without Dawns. Okay. And draws into his final card, which is Horde from the East. Those of you counting at home, good job. I move Rivendell. So I now have a 3/3/2 threatening what will never mind, I undo that. I redo it. Okay. What will be a 2/2/1. I go ahead and put Moria under. So a 3/3/2 versus a 2/2/1 isn't terrible if he didn't have Balrog. He moves a bunch of Nazgul to stack on... Interesting, on Eastern Brownlands, and 1 in Moria and 1 in Dol Guldur. Okay, he's tying my rerolls so his Foul Stench is functioning. Yeah, tough spot. No joke. I have no. Yeah, and I haven't used any Elven Rings, which was probably a misplay. I often forget they exist. Oh yeah, my soft plan at the beginning of the game was to muster the dwarves, and then I just didn't. Um, yeah, yeah. I'm very aware you're down to 6 cards. Good time for Power 2 Great. That's true. I haven't Power 2 Greated, so Rivendell might be safe. I guess I pass. He attacks Dol Guldur. I spend a daylight. I get 2 hit. He gets 2 hits incoming. I get 1 hit outgoing, and he stops. I pass. He does it again, and I scouts. So his Mumakil whiffs. That's my last scouts, and I retreat to. I'm absolutely confident I retreat. Yeah, okay. To Narrows of the Forest. So I have a 7-2-8 versus his 6-4-7. So where's my points now? Mount Gundabad? So Mount Gundabad and Moria while not losing to the 6-4-7 while he has muster showing. Kindred of Glorfindel. I draw into Kindred of Glorfindel. Okay. An advantageous might be helpful. He attacks Aragorn. I daylight. 2 hits incoming. 3 hits outgoing. And he stops. I muster in Pelargir. Cause sure. How many men do I even have left? I haven't tapped the Gondor pool hardly at all. Surely the Elven Ring to make that. I guess I don't want to give him a move. So if I get a move, he gets a move. So the Elven Ring is kind of not a thing. And he musters in Dol Guldur. I don't think that's right. I think you muster in Mount Gundabad. But whatever. This game is in crazy, silly town. Turn 15. Hobbits haven't moved in a very long time. I'm drawing Mithril Coat and Sting and a Power 2 Great. As mentioned, this is a good card to have now. 0 eyes allocated. Boy, am I glad the Witch King's dead, incidentally. No eyes rolled. And not a great set of dice for winning a military victory. Yeah, good time to go to Mordor. And I moved to Roscobel from Narrows of the Forest. So I'm going with my 1 victory condition. Yep. Yeah, and I say I thought about it back when I had Strider. Okay. I take Karok. He's chasing and moves Ash Mountains to Dagorlad. Okay, sure. Yep, used the wrong die. Whoops. Okay, that's definitely what he does. I move out of Dol Amroth. Sure. Oh yeah, because even if he has Corsairs, he doesn't have enough to actually take Dol Amroth. And I move to Eagle's Eyrie. He retakes Karok. I put Mount Gundabad under, which he never found around to. He has 3 musters. Chasing me was not the important thing, I don't think. I think putting the extra elite in there was absolutely worth the time. And Dale's been sitting empty and undefended for multiple rounds. Surely instead of taking Ash Mountains to Dagorlad, you take Dale. With on regular. Anyway, whatever. Muster in Umbar for the inevitable Corsairs. Muster in Umbar for the inevitable Corsairs. I say pass, but I say I can't. Oops. I play Power 2 Great. Okay, sure. I say it's too funny to play this rather than having a no quarter. Sure. Muster in Umbar, the Oliphant factory, as Generic Pie would say, is in full swing. And I get to play Kindred of Glorfindel. I'm playing Kindred of Glorfindel? Why? I guess it's effectively a draw while not being while cycling the card. That makes sense. Into Swords of in Eriador. And that was the last elf. So the force pool continues to be dwindling. He is down to these 4 cards. Balrog, which will help defend Moria. Fighting Urukai, which will do effectively nothing. Corsairs, and a Deadly Strife. And he just kills his Palantir because he has nothing to play. Excellent. The legendary no action indeed. Turn 16. I draw into Bilbo's Song and Faramir's. And with There Is Another Way and Bilbo's Song and Mithril Coat and Sting, I kill Swords and Eriador because I don't plan on fighting in Free People's Nations regions anymore. Maybe there's something that could happen here. 0 eyes allocated, 0 rolled. Interesting. I have to take Mount Gundabad now before I'm attacked from outside. Strat card versus no card. My Valor from Thranduil's. Yep, this is the time to play it. And I get nothing. And I take 3 back. Oh, jeez. And I don't have time to wait. You're going to hit me again. I have to press to get under the siege. I Heroic Death to soak some hits. I only deal 1 and I take 2 back. He asks if I want a Heroic Death, which obviously I do. And I must stop. Aragorn is attacked from Eagle's Eyrie. Strat card versus strat card. He onslaughts versus my shield wall. Okay, so you got some use of the Fighting Urukai. It doesn't matter. He onslaughts post to kill Aragorn. Well, time to play Mithril Coat and Sting. We're back on a ring victory, folks. The armies move back south from Eagle's Eyrie. Sure. And Dagorlad sits on the Fellowship for the reroll. I move out from Moria. That's okay, that feels a little odd. Dimril Dale is attacked from Moria with the Durin's Bane. Oh, okay. So Dimril Dale is going to retake Lorien, which cannot then be untaken by the Shadow because they no longer have the cards for it. That makes sense. 2 pre-hits from the Balrog, 3 hits back from the elves. They stop. Cool. Fellowship hides. Karok is taken again from Old Forest Road? Old Ford, rather. Missed a half move there. North Ithilien goes to Osgiliath. Gondor gets a elite in Minas Tirith, which is immediately put under siege. Yep. And the Fellowship's in Mordor, folks. The Nazgul move around. So, Dale is effectively free. So Minas Tirith is attacked, and he uses his last, one of his Deadly Strifes, which assumably is the non-Corsair's Deadly Strife, to just toast Minas Tirith, and then assumably the last card, you just burn it. He just kills it? Why not move to Dol Amroth? Why not Corsairs? It's only 1 regular. I'm confused. So as a funny side note, I have both Power of Tom Bombadil and Power Too Great in play. So if I retake Lorien, it'll put you down to 4. Dol Amroth, Edoras, Pelargir, and Dale put you up to 8, 9. Then you have to take Erebor exclusively. I can't remember if I played Danes. I think I started with it. Anyway, we're done thinking about that. Okay. The Fellowship declares onto Mordor turn 16. And I draw into File. And Dane. Okay, well, I'm glad we spent any time thinking about this. Dane is an excellent card to draw. 17. Round 17. I have to lose the Aragorn die. Fellowship totally fine. 1 eye allocated. No more rolled. 2 C's. Let's go take a look at that for a hunt pool. Ah, yeah, that's a hunt pool. Delicious. Hunt pool. And I move and draw the 0 reveal. Okay. Sure. I take it. Yeah, take it. Take the 0. Some half moves. Carrock to Old Forest Road and Minas Tirith and Osgiliath. Sure. I use a muster in Pelargir for a regular there and a regular in Dale. Sure. Yeah, it feels like one of the half moves should definitely have been taking Dale from Woodland Realm, right? Now you've got to spend an extra half move taking Dale, which is super annoying. Fellowship hides. The mouth is finally mustered in. File is played. We have all the tiles in. Yep. And we move just the mouth. Okay, and a couple Nazgul over to the Woodland Realm. Okay. Pass. Woodland Realm is attacked. Last card of the game. You choose to spend the Deadly Strife there rather than a Corsairs? Because we're actually in a race now. Sort of. I mean, I'm effectively dead. On the Mordor track. Surely the Corsairs is better here. Interesting. Well, it's definitely better if you're going to roll like that. Oh, no, never mind. 4 hits. 4 hits versus 2. Press. No card, of course, because he's out of cards. Woodland Realm holds for 1 more round. Press. Hit. 1 back. Woodland Realm falls. So he's at 8 points. Yeah. I attack Lorien and put it under. I moved his points back. I don't get to own Lorien yet. Dale from Woodland Realm with Mouth's ability. He gets it. At least he has no rings. There is that. And so now he literally has a Palantir that does absolutely nothing. What a game. Turn 18. I draw into Wizard Staff. Everybody's favorite turn 18 draw. And Prince Imrahil, which could matter. He's gonna have to take Imrahil, Dol Amroth the old-fashioned way now. Because he's at 9 points. Edoras makes 10, but retaking Lorien puts him back down to 8. So yeah, he needs Erebor or Dol Amroth. I feel like I've mathed that wrong earlier, but surely you will forgive me that. I feel like the Corsairs was an. I'm not going to rag on this. This is a very long game. Yes, Wizard Staff, how helpful. 1 eye allocated, 2 more rolled. Good roll for dunking. Here we go. I move against that hunt pool, and I draw the 1. I'm down to Gollum at 11 corruption. Half move from Moria to North Dunland. I'll explain that in a minute. And South Athelion to Osgiliath. Okay, cool. I pass because I'm not worried about cards. Pelargir from Osgiliath. 1 hit, none back. I do a fighting withdrawal. Yeah, so he has 3 attacks showing. So unless I give him a ring... No, he has 4 attacks showing. What am I talking about? I don't know what I'm talking about here because he has a mouth. Yeah, and you have 4 moves, mouth. So I'm going to skip what I was talking about there. I half move into Erebor and into Dol Amroth. I think that's a good move. He moves to Lamadon. At least no Corsairs. I don't know why you're leaving a guy behind. Oh, for Los Arnach, in case I'm being wacky. He moves to Cardalon, and then this is what it is. He's thinking he can go take Shire, and I note to him that I do have power of Tom Bombadil. So I let him just undo that move and bring the Southron armies left. That's, I don't want to forget because he forgot a stupid card was in play. I play Bilbo's Song, so I'm down to 9 corruption. I do have There's Another Way showing. He attacks DA and puts it under. He has 2 shots to take it this round because I'm going to take Lorien. And I burn Danes? I guess 6 regulars is not being particularly endangering to Erebor right now. And I really want to take it. That was absolutely not necessary. I have 2 presses with 7 dice each time for a 6, and that army is going nowhere and needed for nothing. I did not need to burn Danes. That was absolutely ludicrous. DA is attacked, no card both sides. I guess I'm holding Imrahil. Okay, that makes sense. He doesn't have that many presses. He gets 1 incoming, I get 2 outgoing. I take a regular. He presses. No card, no card. 3 hits incoming, 1 outgoing. And there's Prince Imrahil. Flips the mouth. He's got to try. DA, 6 regulars versus 2 regulars and an elite. No card. I no card. Yeah. Okay. He gets 1 to my 2. Oh, man. Okay. I'm going fast because even at fast, this blazing speed I've been going, we're an hour and 15 in. I draw Guards of the Citadel. Yeah, right. Okay. Fellowship, okay. 1 eye allocated. 1 eye rolled. 4 Palantirs that do categorically nothing. Unless I give him an Elven Ring. And I get to play There's Another Way. I heal down to 8 corruption and move against this hunt pool. All 4 blues and all 4 reds have been in the entire Mordor track. And all 4 eyes. I draw 0. Oh, jeez. Armies move to reinforce, but it doesn't matter. I move the Fellowship into this hunt pool. And get Smeagol's Nice Master. Yep. The mouth is flipped to move more armies that don't matter to places that don't matter. I pass. He kills a dice. I pass. He kills a dice. And I look at, so yeah. If I move all the eyes, the regular eyes, I win. Because they're 3 corruption, 3, sir. The reds, I'm assuming, kill me. So everything except a red, I win. I move. I feel like that's a bit unnecessary. I move and draw 1. My Mordor track was a 0-1, 0, -1-1. With Mithril Coat sitting still on top. What a stupid Mordor track. Thank you, Gus, for being an excellent sport. This game had absolutely not a single tiny little bit of business going as good as it did for me. And you played it. You played a great game. Thank you so much. And thank you all for staying around and watching. I hope I didn't mislead you too hard. I did remember that this was how I won, so I've been burying the lead a little bit. Maybe not as sneakily as I would imagine, but I hope you've all enjoyed. And maybe I guess I'll try and fix the statistics while I talk so we can see those at the end. But Let's see if they pop back up. They do, but they're out of date, and I don't know how to fix that because OBS. The shadow is -2 on 5s and 6s. Free is +9 on 5s, -3 on 6s. Shadow is +11 on Palantirs. No, those are the main stats that matter. I guess a quick note on statistics, or randomness of the dice in the hunt pool. I absolutely, like I said, I had no business winning this Mordor pool, getting up this track. 5 moves with all 4 red tiles in, and I didn't hit a single one is not statistically average. But I think it's great that this game has the swings like this. Some games you do get Frodo just sits in North Ithilien and thinks really hard about dunking the ring and then just goes and does it. I think those can be really fun games. And the fact that they can exist is a really fun thing about this game. That said, boy, does it suck when you had the game 1/2 hour ago, 45 minutes ago as Shadow, and this darn free peoples threaten a military victory in 4 different places, and then play Power Too Great and Tom Bombadil and it's late, and I thought I was going to win an hour ago, and I went to go to bed. So again, thank you guys. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have an excellent day.